Hello, everybody. Jason of New Age Revolution Cave. And we are interrupting your regularly scheduled programming. That's right. The top 30 television moments will not be seen today. And in its place, we bring you a new collection. A new collection has begun, and we're going to take a look at what I have, catalog it, and prepare to purchase more. And you will be a part of that. So if you watched yesterday's show, we had a gift from Collectors Entertainment Network, my friend Anthony. And he sent me a few magazines, and 3 of those magazines were the WWF magazine. And that kind of ignited a little bit of a desire, because a few days prior, I was already thinking about, what else do I want to collect? What else do I want to collect? I still want to do the Saturday Night's Main Event TV guides. I still want to... No, I don't have anything else that I was thinking about. And I started thinking, well, is there an action figure line, a smaller action figure line that I could get into? Somebody has suggested the Police Academy figures. I like that idea. I might look at those. I was thinking about Dick Tracy, but I don't care at all about Dick Tracy. I think the Police Academy figures are cool looking, and they're fun looking, and they capture, a time. I think they're 90s though. I could be wrong, but I still like them, because I think the Police Academy cartoon came out in the 90s. But anyway, I thought, well, I don't want to take on anything too big. I don't want to take anything too expensive. I'll lose interest. I mean, I still have G.I. Joes that I back disinterested again in. So what would keep me interesting? And the more and more I sit around down here, I start to think of how important, wrestling is to this collection. And to be totally honest with you, if I could do it all over, and this is going to be bizarre, but if I could do it all over, I think I would focus the collection entirely on wrestling figure related things and LJN WWF related stuff. Right? And then I think I'd go for the big ticket items. I think I'd want to buy back my entire carded LJN collection. I might even want to buy back the Hasbros. If I strictly focused on one thing, I would make this room probably entirely wrestling. I would not do anything modern. I wouldn't do the classic superstars or anything like that. But I mean, going after the stretch wrestlers in box, going after carded bendies, really just putting all of my effort and all of finances into wrestling. And with that, I wouldn't have the G.I. Joe collection. I wouldn't have the Ghostbusters collection. I wouldn't have the trinkets and doodads and whatnots that I have. I'm probably not going to do that, but so I thought, when I'm thinking of let's do the WWF magazine. Let's do the WWF magazine, right? And then what happens? I get 3 magazines in the mail and punches me right into gear. So I have found all my WWF magazines and separated them into year. And when the camera's off, I'm going to write them all down and catalog them. And then I'm going to start going on eBay. And I'm going to try to pick off a magazine a week or something like that, and then show you when they come in. And this is kind of just like the G.I. Joe from Scratch collection. When I did that show a couple years ago, everybody was watching me start a collection from scratch, which resulted in all that over there. But now we're going to do the WWF magazine. Not from scratch, but, I got a ways to go. So let's take a look at what I have. So I have, the magazine started in 1985. And in 1985, they were doing bi-monthly. So you got 6 issues a year. So my 3 1985 magazines, and I love the WWF magazine in 85. I love it. It's its first year. There's a couple of magazines called Victory Sports Wrestling, or Victory Sports Magazine. That was prior to the WWF magazine. I had one, and I sold it for like $100. I don't think I'm going to go and buy the Victory Sports magazines. Those were like 83, 84. I don't think I'm going to do that. But anyway, we've got the April-May 1985 with Hillbilly Jim on the cover. We've got the August-September 85, Middle of the Rock and Wrestling with Cyndi Lauper. I actually like this cover, even though it's got just a plain orange background. I think this is a cool cover. And then we've got the October-November 1985 of Ricky Steamboat. Also beautiful. So that's 85. Now I'll have to look to see how many there were. Did they start January 85? I don't know. We'll look. Ooh, I got to put those back in order. I put April ahead of August. Then we go to 86. I've got February, March 86. I'm not happy with this magazine. And that's why, because the cover is off. So if I can get this cheap, I will upgrade that. And then thanks to my friend, I have December, January 86. So February, March 86, December, January 86. 86, 87. So now it goes in. So it looks like this is the first issue of 86, February, March, because it was probably December, January 85, probably ended the 85. So I think this is the first issue of 86, and this is the last issue of 86. So we've got that. So when we go to 87, I've got the WrestleMania 3, June 87. I've got Bam Bam Bigelow, November 87. Now we've gone monthly. And I've got July 87. So 87 was the month or the year that they went to monthly magazines. So now we have 12 starting in 87 to get. We only have 6 in 85 and 86. What's next? 88. Where's my 88s? I only have one. I have the WrestleMania 4 June 1988 magazine. For 89, I've got a very beat up January 89, and I've got a May 89. And it's beat up because whoever I got it from colored it in with pencil. So all of Brother Love's teeth are colored in on the cover, and there's many silly drawings throughout the magazine. And I think there's some peepees and wee-wees drawn in as well from the brilliant 10-year-old. Yeah, take a look at this. From the brilliant little perverted 10-year-old. Take a look at Brother Love. Yeah, he's got a pee-pee, and well, he's got a wee-wee, and it's peeing, as you can see. How about that? So I could probably upgrade the January 89, and then I've got the May 89, like I said. So that's 89. Where's 90? 90. I got a few. I got April. I got April 90. I've got May 1990. I've got, and this cover's coming off a little too, so we could upgrade that. I've got June of 1990. I've got July of 1990. I've got 2 copies of July 1990, so maybe some giveaways. All right, so that's 90. 91. I've got January 91. That's good. Got the first issue of 91. I've got March 91. I've got July 91. We've got 2 copies of August 91. All right. So that's that. 92. I've got February 92. Now we're going to go to 94. I'll collect through 94. We've got March of 92, and as a kid, I didn't think that was Ric Flair. I thought that was like an imposter, because to me that doesn't look like Ric Flair. It's a very strange picture of Ric Flair. March of 92, February 92, April 92. Ric Flair is on 3 straight covers. Then we've got May of 92, and we've got August of 92. 93, I have 1. I have April of 1993, and I don't have anything from 1994, so that is it. That is the WWF Magazine Collection right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to go in chronological order. I'm going to go in price order. So right now I have 5 magazines from 1992. And even though it's like my least favorite year, I might start with 92. I might just start with the month that I have the least to go. I'm going to go on eBay and I'm going to start searching out some magazines. And as they come in, you will see them, and we will build the WWF Magazine Collection thanks to Collectors Entertainment Network. And I'm looking forward to it. I think this will be fun. This is just the kind of thing that I need, to get a little obsessed about, and to, because I don't anticipate spending more than $10 per magazine. I hope. I know that when we get into 85, I'm probably going to spend a little bit more. I did something crazy yesterday when I was thinking about what am I going to collect, and how I gave you that speech a minute ago about just turning this into an LJN room and a wrestling room and putting all of my effort into the higher priced Remcos and carded. I started looking at LJN carded again. Now, you know that a couple of years ago I sold all of my carded figures, and that was a disaster. It was a disaster emotionally, and it was a disaster price on eBay. I got scammed out of a lot of figures. It was a horrible experience. So I started looking at prices, and I've discovered that the buy it now is ruining the collecting world for me, because everybody is putting the carded LJNs at extremely high buy it now prices with no auctions. When I pull up auction only, there's just a few, but then when I go into sold listings, the LJNs are selling for significantly less when they go for auction. Okay, and the same ones are sitting there at $3.99 buy it now for Junkyard Dog, $5.99 buy it now for Coco Beware, $7.99 buy it now for Harley Race, and onward. Okay, there was a $4,000 Andre the Giant on there. I mean, it's insane. It's insane. But when I looked through the auctions, the closed auctions, the completed auctions, Mean Gene was going for $89 at auction. Jimmy Hart was $119 at auction. Hillbilly Jim was $129. And that made me excited and frustrated at the same time, because, so I actually bid on a Paul Orndorff carded. It had one bid at $50. I think it had 2 more days to go. This was yesterday. And I bid $71. So I don't want to win it because I think I'd probably just flip it and do the $2.99 buy it now. But I think if I win Paul Orndorff, I'm not going to. It'll go for $180 on auction. But if I steal it for $70, that's dangerous, because I don't want that to ignite a desire for carded LJNs again. I don't. I can't. It's too expensive and it's too deep, and you're not getting a Hart Foundation tag team set anymore, and you're not getting, carded Haku for less than $1,000. And I don't know. But we'll see if I win a random carded Orndorff. All right, WWF Magazines, that's the new deal. That's the new collection. So we'll have a new show, once a week. I'll come on and show you a magazine that I got. Now, I don't want to read them all, because I don't want to read ahead. I'm only watching 85. So I might just read the 85 magazines, and then just, I don't want to read them all and then spoil what's to come in the, I know what's to come. I lived it. Anyway, that's the WWF Magazine. We're starting from semi-scratch. Let's collect the WWF Magazine together. Thanks to Collectors Entertainment Network. Good night now.